අපි මේ වැඩසටහනෙන් හැමදාමත් කතා කළේ හොඳ ලෙඩකින් ජීවිතේ ජයගත්ත ජීවිතේ සතුට ළඟා කරගත පුජ්‍යලයන් ගැන. හොඳ ලෙඩක් ජීවිතේට එකතු වුණාම මොනවද ඒකෙන් තියෙන වාසි? අපට විවර වෙන අලුත් අවස්ථාවන් ගැන තමයි අපි හැමදාමත් කතා කළේ. මේ වගේ හොඳ ලෙඩක් හදාගත්ත සුවිශේෂී පුජ්‍යලයන් ගණනාවක් අපේ අතර ඉන්නවා. ඉදිරි වැඩසටහන් වලදී එයාලගේ සාර්ථකත්ව ගමනේ රහස් ඔබත් එක්ක බෙදා ගන්න අපි සූදානම්. නමුත් අද වැඩසටහන ඒ අතරින් තවත් සුවිශේෂී. ඒ තමයි මුළු ලෝකෙම ජනාදරයට පාත්‍ර වෙච්ච පුජ්‍යලිකව වගේම වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයක් සාර්ථක කරගත්ත හොඳ ලෙඩ ගණනාවක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් තමයි අද අපිත් එක්ක ඔහුගේ අත්දැකීම් බෙදාගන්නේ. ඒ සුවිශේෂී පුජ්‍යලයා තමයි ඔබ අප කවුරුත් දන්නා හිටපු ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් නායක කුමාර් සංගක්කාර. අපි බලමු ගුණාත්මක ජීවිතයක් ගොඩනගා ගන්න, ජීවිතේ ඇත්ත සතුට සොයා ගන්න, අපේ සිහින හඹා යන්න සංගක්කාරගෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන් වටින අදහස් මොනවද කියලා.
Good afternoon, first of all, to everyone. Thank you very much for coming here. And thank you for having me here. I've been away in England for a few months, doing a bit of work. And I always love coming back home because wherever I've traveled and whatever I've done, I've always thought that my life that began in Sri Lanka will always end here as well, whenever that may be. Thank you also for your support over the years, because I think being connected, being part of a community is such an important part of life. And that's what gives us perspective, that's the structure that supports us in whatever we do, whether it's a small structure like a family, a larger structure like friends and community, and then of course larger society when it comes to the country. So I was asked today to speak about passion. Now when I looked up the word passion in the dictionary, one was a strong feeling or enthusiasm or excitement for something or someone. Another was a strong emotion or a barely controllable emotion. So when emotions are attached to things, it can go either way. Could be something that you really care about, could be something that you love, it could be something that you hate. But passion comes in many ways. Now for us, there comes a choice. What are we passionate about, and what is our attitude towards that particular passion? I always think when it comes to emotion, it's got to be healthy, it's got to be positive, not just for you, but for everyone around you. So when it comes to doing something that you're passionate about, it always helps that it starts with love. Something that you love so much that you want to invest your time and effort in it. Now that is not too hard to do, is it? If you like your job, you like coming to work. If you love your family, you want to spend as much time with it. If you love to do all of this. But why do we all do this? Why do we pursue things we love? Because at the end of the day, we all are looking for peace of mind, fulfillment, and contentment. When you have all of these things, you are happy. It also helps that people around you, people that are important to you and connected to you, your family, maybe your friends, your community, are also happy, because happiness is contagious. Happiness should be a gift that goes from one person to the next, and that makes us all, again, connected. Now for me, when I was small, I had many different likes and dislikes, had many different passions. I wanted to be a fighter pilot at one time, a racing car driver. Grew a little bit older, I started playing a few sports. I was passionate about a few of them. I played them for longer than probably was very healthy. Didn't like studying much, I had no passion for studying. Got a bit older, got a bit mature, got a few harsh lessons from my parents, especially my mother, about the importance of making sure that I did my schoolwork alongside all the sports I played. And I've realized that, okay, if I wanted to be really passionate about something, there's a few things that you have to do to kind of lay the foundation. All the little things that you don't like doing. Doing your homework, going to school, getting your schoolwork done. If I do that, I have time for sport. If I didn't do my schoolwork right, I don't have time for sport. Don't have time to do the things that I thought at that time that I really loved. It's the same when I started playing cricket for Sri Lanka. Now, I had followed my academic career. I had made the decision to pursue cricket as not just my profession, but something that I passionately loved. So when it comes to cricket, it's very easy to motivate yourself to go out and play a game. That's the fun part. Now, to get to that stage, to be good enough to play for your country and to have a long international career and do the one thing that you're passionate about, I realized I had to do a few other things. I had to endure long hours of coaching. I also had to go to the gym, which I hate. I still hate it. I had to do long hours of fitness. I had to travel. I had to leave my family behind when I did get married and have children. I didn't get enough time to see my parents or my friends. So, when you talk about doing something that you're passionate about and you love, there is also the flip side of it, which is sacrifice, hard work, commitment, dedication. And these are not all new things. These are what all of you do on a daily basis. You cannot achieve, you cannot follow your heart, you cannot follow your passion and do what you love and be happy without a complete lack of regret, without opportunities missed, with hard decisions taken, sacrifices made, sweat, toil, and sometimes blood. But the real question that you have to ask yourself is, at the end of the day, was it worth it? And have you led a life that is so positive and good that your happiness has not only made your life better, but through your life, other lives have also followed and been pulled up to live a more positive, beneficial life? Now, when you talk about happiness, I remember when we got shot in Pakistan in 2009 on that bus, we came back and we were given counseling, but we also sent this particular guru, a Swami, from an institute called the Art of Living. So we had various breathing exercises as a team. And then one day we were all seated together as a team, and the guru said, when are you going to be happy? What is happiness to you? And he said, when are you going to be happy? Is it when you were young and you thought, okay, I'll pass my next exam, I'll go to school, I'll win this game, I'll do this, and you'll be happy? You do that and you then think, no, hold on, I'll do this, I'll finish my O-levels, and then I'll be very happy. You finish your O-levels, what comes next? You have to do your A-levels. You win one match, what do you have to do? You have to win another. You win one World Cup, what do you need to do? You've got to win another. You find a job, what do you need to do? You need to get better at your job, get a promotion, get a raise, get a higher salary. If you do that, what? Do you want to get married? Yes, you get married. Who knows? Is it the right person? Yes. Do you want to have children? Yes. What comes with children? More responsibility, more things to do. So when are you going to be happy? So what we realized there in that conversation was that happiness is, for a lot of us, a moving benchmark, a moving goal. It's always a little bit further away, it's almost there. You've almost got it, but not quite. Close, but no cigar, as they say. So he said, why don't you just be happy now? A very simple statement, but just be happy now. I went to my children's school and I was talking to a class of grade 5 students. Talking to them as well, one of the things I tried to leave them with was that try and be happy now by giving 100% of yourself every time you do something. If you're sitting listening to a boring speaker, try and stay awake, try and give 100% of your attention to him. If you're doing something completely different, be it cooking at home, be it going out and eating some great food, be it watching a TV program. My wife always tells me that she can never talk to me when I'm watching TV, and I always say that's because I'm giving 100% to the TV program. So try and give all of yourself to whatever you do so that when you invest time, attention, and effort it actually gives you something back. Gives you a sense of well-being, gives you a sense of achievement, gives you a sense of happiness. Now, what makes each of us happy can be slightly different. We're individuals, we are made to be different, which is very good. We don't want to be the same, out of a cookie mold almost, where everyone is the same shape, does the same thing, speaks the same way. We're all different. But one of the things you need to do when you identify what's important to you, what you're going to be passionate about, is that you have to make a realistic assessment of yourself. When I was playing cricket, they used to ask me, well, how did you become, you were terrible when you were 18, well, not that good, you were slightly better at 22, you were slightly better when you were 25. What's the secret? Is it just hard work? What did you do? What's the secret? To me, it is very simple. There comes a time, at a certain stage of anyone's life, that you've got to stop and think, not about what you've learned, what you've done, what you've achieved, but about yourself. Who am I as a person? What's important to me? What makes me tick? What are my strengths? But also, very importantly, what are my weaknesses? What do I need to do to get better as a person, in my profession, in whatever I do, even at a hobby? You have to make an honest assessment, not to believe the hype, not to believe your friends, but to only make sure that you believe people who are honest enough to give you a frank opinion, and that's usually the people who are closest to you that you don't always see. We love as people to ignore something that doesn't sound right to us, that doesn't tell us what we want to hear, that only kind of pats our ego and says, you're the best. Now, when I play cricket, it happens all the time. When I play cricket, I realize that there'll be a certain section of people who will love me no matter what I do. There'll be a certain section of people who will hate me no matter what I do. And there's only a very few people I could trust to give me an honest opinion that will work for my benefit, without any reward for themselves, even at the risk of losing a friendship. An honest assessment. That's one of the toughest things to do as a person. In cricket, what made me better was that realization. Not that I was good at certain things, which helped, but also that I was not so good at certain things. So then I could find a way to improve myself by getting my strengths up to such a level that I could rely on them in the tougher situations, and making sure that I found a way to either eradicate my mistakes or to try and ensure that those weaknesses do not impact on my strengths and where I wanted to be, nor did it weaken the foundation and the structure upon which my strengths were built. You've heard of these things about success. It's not about the absence of mistakes. It's about learning from them, never repeating them, eliminating them. This is all very true. But make sure when you do listen to that little inner voice inside you saying, this is what I really want to do. This is what I really need to do. You listen to it honestly, make an honest assessment, and then decide what you are passionate about. Now, we all have to live. Sometimes we have to work to live. Not sometimes, all the time. Sometimes you might hate your job. Don't tell HR that. You don't have to tell anyone else that. You can say, I'm doing this because I need to live. I need to support myself, my family, my dreams. This is a means to an end. But this is not what I'm very passionate about. Now, I've retired from cricket. Once in a while I still play. I commentate. I'm not passionate about commentating. I was passionate about the game. I still watch it with a bit of interest. When it comes to cricket, for me, that part of my life is done. I will watch Sri Lankan cricket with interest. I will always be open to give something back, but it is not going to be what is going to define me for the rest of my life from here onwards. I also heard a very important thing. A wise man said He said, never confuse your skill with your identity. And I thought that was a great lesson. When you're following your passion, never confuse your skill with your identity, because your passions will be part of your identity. Your skill is what you do. I'm a cricketer. That is not who I am. That is what I do. That is what I was for a while. But who am I now? I have to be something completely different. I will still stay connected to what I did. It has given me a lot, but it has given me a lot and a foundation upon which I can do other things that I'm passionate about and that I love. Because ultimately finding your passion is about connectivity. If you are to follow your passions, make sure it is something that helps you to understand who you are. Because what you choose to do is a reflection of you, and how you do it is, more importantly, a reflection of who you are as an inner person. Passion is about connectivity. Why do I say this? I said happiness is contagious. Passion is based, to me, on love. And they are always areas where you touch other people's lives. You can be passionate about music. You can be passionate about watching TV. You can be passionate about riding bikes. Bicycles. I used to ride bicycles all the time. I still wish I could ride. I see a lot of people riding bikes all the time. I think they're all crazy to ride in this traffic. But they do. But if you're passionate about something, try and allow it to connect you to something that allows you to do some good, to touch someone else's life. Do it together. Make something that's growing. Anyone likes hiking, trekking, walking? It's a group of people who walked 670 kilometers. Sometimes your passion is to just sit alone and be by yourself and do something by yourself. That's fine. But at least when you're doing it, help yourself to open your mind so that you are open in mind and heart and soul so that you can connect with others. Find a passion that is shared, not just your own. Because if you're talking about inspiring others to follow their passions, you need to share your passion. You need to share how you did it, what you thought about, what was the process, why it is such a good thing. It's about following something that you so love that you can inspire others to fall in love in a similar manner and pursue their dreams and their passions as well. Why following your passion is so important is that it has to uplift. It has to be positive. It has to make you happy. Because when you do follow your passions, and you do it with love, and you use that to inspire others to follow theirs, that's when you realize that happiness is not yesterday. It's not about tomorrow. But that happiness is right now. And I always use this saying, I've used it a lot, but always remember, when it comes to inspiring, when it comes to following your passions, remember that the artist must always educate the critic. Good luck and thank you for having me.
හොඳ ලෙඩක් පසුපස නොනවති හඹා ගිහින් ලොවත් ජයගත්ත විශිෂ්ටයෙකුගේ කතාව තමයි අද අපි Softlogic Life Inspiring Sri Lanka මාධ්‍ය හමුවේදී සංගාකල කතාවෙන් දැනගත්තේ. ඒ වගේ හොඳ ලෙඩකින් ජීවිතේ ජයගත්ත කෙනෙක් එක්ක කතා කරන්න ලබන සතියේත් අපි සූදානම්. හොඳ ලෙඩ වැඩි වෙන, වෙන ලෙඩ නැති වෙන සුබ දවසක් වේවා කියලා හැමෝටම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා.